Today we're going to be creating a poster inspired by the blending technique used in this NYU Medical Center poster. So the first thing I noticed when looking at it is that there's a photograph. The top is desaturated quite well. At the bottom it's a gradient from solid to transparent, and it looks like they applied the multiply blending mode. We're going to be doing the same thing today to create an image that looks a little bit like this. You're going to apply your own creativity and decide which photo you want to use, but we're going to be following the same set of steps. So what's the first step? Let's find a photo, and for this particular tutorial I will use this one. I know that this is a high-res image. To desaturate, I'm going to press Control-Shift-U, and next, crucially, we're going to need to apply levels. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit before I apply levels so I can see, so I can make sure that the lights are light and the darks are dark. I'm going to drag this over so the dark's pretty dark. That looks good right there, and then that looks not bad. Tremendous. The next thing I'm going to do is press the F7 button to open up the layers palette. I'm going to press Control-Shift-N to open up a new layer. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a color. I'm going to use green. You can use any solid color that you want. And I'm going to make sure that I select the gradient tool. And when I do, I'm going to go to the upper left hand corner. We've got a drop down. We've got a number of gradients to choose from. I'm going to make sure that I select the one that says foreground to transparent. Now what I'm going to do is click on the bottom in the center, and I'm going to hold Shift, because when I let go of Shift I can put this gradient sort of anywhere I want, but I want it to be vertical. So I'm going to hold Shift and I'm going to drag it right up to just under the center of the image, and I'm going to actually bring it up some more. You can sort of play around with it. I like the way that looks. Because this is on its own layer, we can go back and change it or delete it if we need to. I'm not going to change the blending mode from normal to multiply. Yeah, that looks pretty great right there. I'm going to switch now to the white foreground. I'm going to select the text tool, and you're going to write a word sort of like right along the horizon, right along where the gradient reaches the desaturated image. And let's sort of guess. You're going to select a single word. You notice that I selected technology in the previous piece. And sometimes these ads can kind of be metaphorical. Progress. I like that right there. It's a great way to promote AUP. And to promote our school, we're going to definitely need to include the logo. So here's where it gets a little bit tricky. We're going to need to select the magic wand tool. We're going to want to make sure that contiguous is unchecked, so the box is empty, and I'm going to click on the white. I'm going to press Control-Shift-I. I'm going to press Control-Shift-N to create a new layer. And now what I'm going to do, foreground is already white. I'm going to change it from the gradient to the paint bucket. I'm going to select it. That looks wonderful. I'm going to press Control-C to make a copy. And what I did is I selected just this area. And now we've got the AUP logo white. I'm going to press Control-T to reduce the size. Let's drop it down to, let's try 55%. Let's make it a little bit smaller. That looks great. Tremendous. You're going to want to make sure you put the AUP logo, the AUP website, and sort of small font. Let's put it right here. That looks wonderful. Last but not least, you're going to make sure you put a slogan. You're going to want to sort of run it by me first. You're going to want to make sure it's on a new layer, and interest of time, I'm not going to write it, but if I was writing a slogan, I'd probably put it right there. So that looks pretty cool. You can write your name inconspicuously. You're going to make sure your image is modeled after this and sort of inspired by this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please let me know. Good luck.